Belong Arena Clash, a grassroots esport tournament run up and down the UK, with teams battling it out for their chance to win a spot at this season's finals at Insomnia 63, live from the Birmingham NEC. This week, we're one step closer to playoffs. We're one step closer to finding out who our finalists will be. This is where esports begins. Well, it is hard to believe, but here we are already in week 4 of the Belong Arena Clash Summer Season 2018. As usual, we're going to bring you highlights from all of our titles: Overwatch, Tekken 7, League of Legends and Call of Duty. This week I am joined by none other than the familiar face that is Mr. John Allen, but I've also got a new one on the couch this week. We are joined by none other than Doctor. Welcome to the show, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Now, Doctor, you are brand new this time around, so how have you found it so far?
It's been a really good time. I didn't think I was going to be here for long. Thought I was only just filling in for the first couple of weeks, but now, I don't know, powers that be have just sort of said, yeah, stick around, do the rest of them, and it's been good.
Now, there's been like a string of suspicious excuses as to why you've had to fill in for people.
Yeah.
Be honest, have you been involved?
I was told to say no comment.
I like it. That's a good idea. On legal advice, don't say anything. John moving slightly further away there. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think there's a safety zone, and it's just stay on your side.
For that one.
Stay on your side.
Yeah, all right.
Well, speaking of replacements, John, you are famous for not really having a caster name. You have just your own name. You think that's good enough?
It's the one my mum gave me and my dad, and I think it's great. Named after my grandfather. Why not?
Well, it's a bit awkward now, because now I'm going to have to apologise to your parents and your grandfather, because we've decided you need a new caster name.
Oh, yes, sure. That's fine. I'll let them know.
Great. Well, you guys at home, you are the ones that get to choose, because actually we're putting this into your hands. So you need to use hashtag #NameJohn and send us your very best suggestions, because the person we choose as our favourite is actually going to replace his caster name for the next week. How do you feel about that?
Well, they say a rose by any other name would smell as sweet, and I guess I can try and live up to that. If that translates to casting, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah, well, we are going to find out. So definitely make sure to use that hashtag. It is, again, hashtag #NameJohn. I want to see it in chat. I want to see it on Twitter. I want to see it on Facebook. Send me your best suggestions. Now, we're going to kick off the show today with some League of Legends chat, because that is Doctor's speciality. So we've had a pretty interesting season so far. We've had some really high highs, a couple of really low lows.
Yeah.
So what do you make of it so far?
Oh yeah, like you said, there's been highs, there's been lows, and we definitely saw that this week with the Portsmouth versus Clyde game. And there are quite a few teams that sort of, some of them look really good, some of them not so much. And I think the 3 teams that I want to keep my eyes on for the good-looking end of the spectrum are going to be Nottingham Alt, Bristol Smugglers, and the Humber Hunters. I think Humber have a really, really strong jungler and just look good overall. Nottingham Alt, they looked pretty good at the early start of the season. As it's sort of moved on, they're starting to look maybe a little bit more rusty. It wasn't as clean as they might have liked it earlier this week. And then the Bristol Smugglers just seem to be doing really well across the board. Good mid-jungle and a good bot lane as well.
Now, speaking of good games, we've got 2 fantastic ones for you to watch. So our League of Legends matches this week, we're going to start things off with the Pirates v the Claymores. Then we're going to follow it up with the Armada v the Alt. And your casters are, of course, Doctor, but he is joined by the hype machine that is HipRain.
All right, let's have a little look at our starting rosters. Portsmouth Pirates will be starting on that blue side. That is Outlaw, Rye, Flubber, Divinus, and CJ Shaw. Taking them on will be the Clyde Claymores, Roy Boy, Claptrap, Shy, Scottish Villain, and Disposer.
And let's pick up this second tower.
It's 11 minutes and they're now pushing a tier 3 and they feel so safe to do so. Binding is even connected onto Razza.
Oh,
he
lordy.
is getting melted
Oh,
by
no.
Flubber. Flubber's going to get the last auto attack and he's chasing onto Brendan. The damage is massive, but the flash comes out. Flubber on the run to heal.
Oh.
In comes Sam and he unleashes power for the kill. Shy could be in trouble. Infernal Chains is going to land, pulls him in, but actually trying to turn it around. He goes
Oh,
for
that's
the
a nice
slingshot.
binding.
There is going to be everything thrown down. Flubber could actually get pinned. That's going to be the ultimate, but he just turns it around. Pulled in. That's going to be Flubber, who's going to be on a rampage, but instantly shut down. 1v2 as World Ender now starting to heal up and revive Divinus. He's going to get scattered the weak back, and a double kill is traded over onto Sam Fast Hands. Out comes the rest of the team. Scotch doesn't have Nevergrass, but a great Black Shield makes sure that Outlaw will not get pulled back in. That's going to be CJ throwing down the ultimate, even throws out the collateral damage, and they are going to get the silence, the stun, everything comes through as Outlaw, able to pick himself a kill, and a great binding by CJ. End of the line pops down, and it's going to be a double kill onto the Graves as World Ender gets popped, and Divinus is able to find himself one. He's going to look for his own double, as there's a triple kill onto Outlaw. Divinus stepping forward, even throws out the Infernal Chains. The binding connects, end of the line.
hang
and
about.
This will be a shutdown onto the side of Brendan, but it doesn't matter because the inhibitor, sorry, the Nexus is under fire. Flubber is here. Flubber wants to get himself a couple of glory kills at the fountain. Don't know if he's going to be able to do so. Great Black Shield will keep him alive, but they're just looking to end the game. 23 minutes on the clock, and Portsmouth Pirates take the first game of the series.
Divinus,
no mana.
No mana, so cannot join in, cannot solo kill.
Oh dear,
Oh, buddy.
that's another binding connects, and Brendan is ignited. Flubber goes 4-0 on the Ezreal, and Raz needs to be very, very careful. They're poking him down, but Flubber's going to take
Flubber,
tower
buddy.
shot after tower shot. It's a double kill, but he gets shut down by Raz. Is going to be on the receiving end of a Morgana ultimate as Flubber flashes over the wall, but the minions are blocking up. That's a lot as Flubber gets himself a double kill. Red buffs are burning, and Raz will fall down. Flubber looking for the triple kill and gets the snipe. Oh, okay,
where's the bubble?
He's dead. He's dead. Watch this paddle start. Whoa, not quite enough to get the kill, but he is ignited. Actually, that will be one for Rai, and Shy burns out. Divinus is on a rampage, 4-0. Meanwhile, Flubber is just 2v3 underneath 2 turrets as CJ Shaw even throws down the ultimate to pin him in place. That's going to be the Demonic Ascension from Sam Fasthand. Not even going to get time to go pop, and Brendan is on the run from the side of Flubber, who is chasing underneath this turret, is chasing for more. The binding finds the kill. Here comes the Fed Beast, and Raz will be the first to feel his wrath. Even the Infernal Chains is coming through as Flubber now. Maybe going to try and look for his pentakill. It is always available on the card. They're going to look for now Scotch. He's on the run. That's going to be another one picked up. It's a double kill onto Flubber. Sam Farstands is burning down, but can't burn down enough, and CJ snipes him out with the binding. Brendan needs to be very, very careful as Flubber gets himself a triple kill, and that will be the Nexus falling. 18 minutes on the clock, and Portsmouth Pirates absolutely stomp the Clyde Claymores. And we will be coming through with our second series of the day, which is the Nottingham Alt Bar taking on the Plymouth Armada. So 2 teams I've not actually been able to see, and I've done 3 seasons of Arena Clash now, so this is quite new to me.
Okay.
Oh, he's going in with the Crow Storm. Actually, is a little bit wide. Is going to throw down the silencer. The Feather Storm comes up. Mighty Push doesn't get pulled in by the Blade Caller. Fears 1. Starts the drain. In comes the knockup, but it goes a little bit wide. That's the quickness. Going to charm up to us, and that's right.
Oh, the bounce!
Run out for the bounce by Mighty Push is there. Paranoia. They're actually going to come hurling in. That's a very dangerous person.
Lovely fear.
Into the shockwave, into the damage. In comes Enfant, and he just obliterates Fallen Rain. So 1-0 mid.
I mean, I was a bit more Italian on it, but speaking of Mac DC, going for a lovely pin and good follow up there. And actually,
he's
going
going
to
get his way out. No, Hammer Shot comes down. Fallen Rain with the dissonance is going to do enough damage to find himself a kill. Even going to chase a bit forward as Mac DC goes forward, but can't quite connect.
Voxen just really not choosing. Oh my god.
Forward. That's going to be the pop-up, and Synapse Runner is feared, is running away. The Blade Caller pins him in, but a 3-man shockwave is absolutely nothing. It's a Crow Storm into a double kill for both Oriana and the Fiddlesticks. Not enough damage. Nexus is going to be laid bare, and at 23 minutes, it's a last-ditch effort as the Crow Storm is there. That's the Paranoia as well. A shockwave is absolutely massive, and it's a triple kill onto Fallen Rain. It's Synapse Runner who's the only one who remains, and he melts through Synapse Runner's health bar. 23 minutes down, and Nottingham Alt Bar do take down the Portsmouth Armada. Heals up the team. Synapse Runner throws down the ultimate rockets. Doesn't manage to get the steal off, but he's forced to flash out. Fallen Rain now needs to make a hero play. Hero play lands onto 3 members as he gets bound up by the Rune Prison. Pop goes free, but it's not enough to get a kill.
for Inferno.
Oh, no! The 3 members! That was absolutely massive. Now Fallen Rain doesn't have Emo Plague, is forced to Blood Pool as the Monsoon heals up the team. Turret will not come down, but that will be a shutdown. Fallen Rain finds himself a kill onto Sinon. Looks like Ethan actually could be in for a bit of
That's
trouble.
big damage.
Great stun, and Synapse just instantly obliterates him.
Yeah.
Here comes Sinon. Great knock up. He's underneath the turret though. Can get himself a stun as there's even going to be a void coming up. They're only chasing one, and Zuckro just gets picked up by Synapse Runner. They're going to throw down absolutely everything onto Enfan, just pinning him in place. They are falling apart. Plymouth find 3. Medici has got flash.
Hop on him. Hop on the turret.
Coming in. Can he do it? Another stun, but a 4-man Gnar meets absolutely squad as
Where's
Medici is
Kai'Sa?
getting healed up. Kai'Sa needs to get into the fight. They even throw down absolutely everything, and Mylin finds himself a kill. What happened there? A knockup goes a little bit wide, and Mighty Boosh is running away. Zakro, get in the fight, man!
2 Baron creeps now.
Medici does have Gnar.
Oh.
Onto 2 members. The Hemo Plague to follow up as well. That's going to be 1. Instantly ushered out, but another knockup. The quickness onto absolutely all of Nottingham doesn't mean anything. And Nottingham find themselves 3 kills.
Second mountain
He's
of
got
the
the
game.
Predator now. Now he's actually looking for the play. Good route and a great pillar to follow up. But there's a teleport starting to come through. They're chasing maybe for more. We haven't seen that killer instinct get used quite yet. Medici actually fails the hop, but Fallen Rain playing like a monster. That's going to be the insect from Bush, and he is just bopped down. Now they're trying to turn the fight around one more time, but that's going to be a great Lance respite to buy some time. Zuckro finally starts throwing some auto attacks out as Rise shuts down Fallen Rain, and Plymouth find the team fight.
Holy moly.
Oh, we're not done.
Oh, Wilku.
Oh, we are not done. That's going to be 1 onto Kai'Sa. She's not done. Killer Instinct back. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Shen on hop forward, gets himself a stun. He shuts down 1. He's chasing for more. Where was the Q?
It was up!
Source of
Gnar's
healing.
gone in. Oh, he's done it again.
Home Plague coming through. They are just melting down. So now Toronto goes golden, but that will not keep him up for long. Kindred finds a double kill. They're now chasing for a little bit more, as that will be the Lamb's respite. Then comes the Killer Instinct. Gets a triple kill onto Kindred. He's chasing for more. Sinon is looking to go down. Could this be the quadra kill? No. Double kill picked up by Zakro. Stolen away, and it's the full ace for Nottingham. This game was seriously played off the back of that Gnar. That will be the turrets going down. 36 minutes exactly as the Nexus falls. And Nottingham and Team Ketchup go 2-0.
So let's see how the league tables look at the end of week 4. Now, in Group 1, the Pirates have taken the top spot for now. They've got 9 points, but the Alt are not too far behind. They've got 7, so could be creeping up in the next week. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the Claymores. They've had 4 straight losses and are sat at the bottom of the table with 0 points. Now, in Group 2, the Steelers have also got 9 points to sit at the top of the table, but the Harriers only have 4, so it's safe to say they're a pretty long way behind, and the Vikings sat at the bottom with 0. Now, in Group 3, the Brawlers have 4 points, which has seen them rise to the top, but the Invincibles are living up to their name with 2 to take second place. Unfortunately, the Kestrels aren't soaring, they've got 0. And Group 4 is very evenly split. We've got the Hunters and Smugglers sharing the top spot with 6 points apiece, and Nighthawks and Centurions with 0. Well, before we move on to Tekken 7, it is time for our weekly dive into the Twitterverse. So let's kick things off with the Centurions. Colchester's Overwatch team decided to get ready this week by playing an entirely different game. Apparently, Howl Aloud's racing skills are interesting. I don't think the Gran Turismo community have anything to fear from the Centurions just yet. Over the weekend, both Bristol arenas got into the spirit of things for Bristol Pride. Tagging these posts was probably one of the best hashtags around, #gamers. I hope everybody in Bristol had a really great Pride. It looked very fun. GGs abound this week. Here's the Lionhearts Overwatch team giving out respect to the Centurions. Maybe, to beat them, they need to warm up with Gran Turismo as well. However, it was a reversal of fortunes for the Centurions' Tekken 7 team. GGs went out to the Vikings for what was an incredible match. And is that a certain stream I spy you guys watching? Well, Manchester Swarm don't like to be outdone in anything, it would seem. They one-upped the Vikings by watching the stream on a ever so slightly bigger screen. And talking of the stream, here's a tweet from our very own Blank showing him and John. I think we need to take a little moment to talk about what's going on in this.
I guess that was, you know, perfect selfie ground for Blank, and he just popped it in, and there we go, and immortalized forever, much to my chagrin.
You say immortalised
Shocked.
forever. I say more burnt into my retinas for all time.
I mean, that too.
Well, we could actually end it here on this amazing bombshell that is your legs in shorts, but we actually had a tweet that outdid you, unbelievable as that may seem, and it is from the Vikings League team. So let's take a closer look at the gentleman in the top right.
I think he's seen that my previous picture there. That's I think that's what's going on. Seems about right.
Yeah. Well, between those haunting eyes and the terrifying legs, I think we all need a little bit of a palate cleanser. So we're just going to enjoy some really great Tekken action to take your mind off things. We've got 2 fantastic games coming up for you. So we're going to start things off with the Centurions v the Vikings, and we're going to follow it up with the Smugglers v the Rams. So we're joining Eternal Dragon and Abominable in round robin 2 of the Centurions Vikings matchup, with the Vikings 1 robin up.
Seen Kama use the plus frame dunk from Usko, and Pancake's not biting on it. So that means now, if he's not going to duck, then you should go low after it.
Pancake proving to be the MVP for his team so far. Hasn't lost a game.
Nice. Right in the corner now.
Oh, great delay there. Unlucky.
Good punish there as well. He knows. Oh, trade there.
Nice poking from both players. Goes for the tackle, catches him. Big launch.
Yeah, used the forward 4 right up in his face as well.
Most importantly, takes him towards the middle, but goes for the low reset again. He went for that earlier. Why does he go for it again? Savage stance. Gets caught with the Demon's Paw.
Oh, good option.
This will do it. That was probably his only option through that situation. He's bought himself a little bit of time, and he's bought himself 1 mix-up. This won't kill. We'll probably be within a throw or a low of killing him. Let's see what happens.
Is he going to go low? No, it goes mid. Goes low. Good option
JCHD
there.
Claws it back.
Woo.
1 game apiece.
Nice there. Catches him running in. Oh,
Catches him. This is the thing.
Yeah,
Do
a lot
not
of times.
overextend yourself.
I think he lost a lot of that first match with running in and getting hit with the lows.
Sunny's ducks are great. They're so twitch. Could be getting it now. Went for a reversal. And very, very good read. Just timing was a little bit off.
Yeah. Oh, how can he end it with a crouch grab?
And he gets it. That means York are 2-1 up in round robin 2. Tech support 1 round away from pushing it to 3-1 for York Vikings. This could be absolutely crucial. Both teams have been so close to each other.
Wow.
What a launch. Are we going to smash the glass?
No, it doesn't go. Hits on the ground. Karma's in trouble.
So
One more
close.
hit, and
One
they should
more
take
hit,
it.
He does it.
Oh!
3-1 to York Vikings. Proving to be a decent matchup for him. Now, does Pancake continue the unbeaten streak, or does he lose his first game?
Oh my god, this is what we said.
Oh, huge damage. Pancake all over him. Pancake sniffs blood in the water. Is this going to be it?
Doesn't punish that. Nice duck there.
Does he get him?
Oh,
he does.
gets him with the dumping
4-1
Superman punch.
to York Vikings. If he wins this round, that's it. It's the end for Colchester. Demon's Paw.
Oh, trade
Trade
both.
the lows. Both of them on their backs. Get up, guys. Low again.
Ooh.
Chipping away at him.
Oh, nice sidestep there. Doesn't get the full conversion off that.
Good
sidestep.
sidestep. Brilliant.
Oh, no.
Catches him. This could be it.
Crouch
And it
and
is.
grab. What
And
a
that's
read.
it. York have won round robin 2. And we're here with the Bristol Smugglers versus the mighty, the wonderful, the somewhat hard to beat Bradford Rams.
Claudio doesn't have that many moves, so he's using one of his strong swords, but to use it over and over again, it's just the confidence and the, just the oppressive nature where, okay, they're not ducking it, they're not blocking
Ruthless aggression, and the one time he doesn't do a burning knuckle, he does a low parry. Nearly got caught there. He was sidestepping when that tracking move came out, but he stopped just at the right moment.
Oh, got him with the delayed. Oh, delayed spinning kick as well.
And look at this, just both of them whiffing a lot.
Oh, wow, look at that
a
jab.
conversion off a jab. Brushes her teeth with the first high, then goes down to take her shoelaces off with the low. And it's just such a difficult mix-up. You don't know which one's going to happen. He could go high, mid, or low. You've got to make some hard reads against Hwoarang, otherwise you're just going to get chipped down like we're seeing here. It's not a bad thing just to make a call, go over the low or go under the high.
Wow, I like the use of those strings there. Is he going to do it again? Oh, goes low anyway, but and Wiki remembered from last time.
This could be it if he gets the splat. Doesn't
Goes
quite
to
get
the
the
axe
splat.
kick. Claudio just does the same move and it's easy to stop. But honestly, he's not, because he just knows, do this until it doesn't work. And if it don't work, then I've got other stuff to use.
Absolutely, this guy's come out of nowhere and started picking up good placings at various tournaments as a result of getting involved with the Arena Clash. Quality Claudio player. And certainly trying to make light work of these players here.
And this is the stuff you make a name for yourself. You come out on the scene, you burst out on the scene, you make a big statement.
Absolutely, and here we go.
Gets it with
that
a
makes
hop
it
kick.
4-0. 2 rounds up. This is the round that will get them 5-0 in round robin 2.
Will he do it with just one move? We talked about Electrum and Godfizz. It's not easy to do, but he's making it like it's nothing. And he just does it with one move. No. One
And that's
move.
it. That was quite an obliteration of their opponents.
The one move team. No round brown, one move team. That was just, yep, it was just brutal.
And that's what happens sometimes when you're in a league and or in a group and the top faces the bottom. It sometimes happens.
All right, let's take a look at the Tekken tables. Now, in Group 1, the Rams have really established themselves. We've seen some great performances, and it's very clear that they deserve to be at the top of the table with 9 points. Unfortunately, the Smugglers haven't been doing so well. Bit of a struggle for them, and they are sat at the bottom with 1. Now, in this group, we've got a bit of a struggle for the top spot, with Vikings and Swarm both 9 points apiece to claim that top spot. So we'll have to see if one of them can establish themselves this week. Of course, the Nighthawks and Invincibles are both at the bottom of the table after 3 straight losses. Now, Group 3 is really a tale of two halves, with the Harriers and Claymores splitting that top spot and the Kestrels and Pirates sharing a slightly more unwanted one at the bottom. All right, let's move on to Overwatch. And John, this is your area of expertise. As I said earlier in the show, we are heading towards playoffs. So who do you think we're going to see there?
Well, the old hats. We've got Portsmouth Pirates and the Colchester Centurions. They've been in the finals every season of Overwatch so far. So I'm expecting that they'll be able to get through. I think they're both sat at the top of their groups at the moment, so no surprises of those guys going through. I think we've also got Kingston, who performed quite well on this week's stream, which I'm quite excited about. You know, I went to school in Kingston. I've grown up there around there my whole life, so I'm quite excited to see them do well. Bit of a hometown spirit coming from me, so hopefully they'll get through as well.
So are there any players that for you have really stood out?
I think over the course of what we've seen so far, I mean, we have to give a shout out to Padshak on the Portsmouth Pirates team. He has been phenomenal, making that double, triple Deadeye on his McCree earlier on. But this week, I think we saw actually some really strong plays from the Kingston team, from both Leo and Neo. Really quite confusing names, so they made me trip up a little bit more than I care to admit maybe this week. But they've done really, really well. They were adapting and they were showing, you know, there's more than 2 teams in this tournament.
Well, speaking of names, don't forget, we're still looking for a new one for John. So use hashtag NameJohn and send in your best suggestions. As I said, the best one is actually going to become his caster name for the next week. So please pick something hilarious.
Sure, go for it. Go for it. I'm committed to this at this point, I think.
Very brave to tell the internet to go for it. I like it. Very
Do your
courageous.
worst.
Well, from the worst to the best. So we've got 2 great games to show you now. We're going to kick things off with the Pirates v the Vikings, and then we're going to follow it up with the Saints v the Harriers. And your casters are John Allen and Blank.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to week number 4 of the Belong Arena Clash Overwatch Tournament. My name is John Allen, and joining me again is Blank. We are excited to be here yet again, and we've got some great games for you today. It's the Portsmouth Pirates versus the York Vikings.
Oh, is it?
That's
York
what's
Vikings.
first.
That's what's
okay,
first.
that's fine. We've got the Portsmouth Pirates versus the York Vikings, and then we've got the Cardiff Saints versus the Kingston Harriers.
It's fine.
To follow.
It's fine. I got half right.
This first matchup is particularly interesting to me because, of course, it is going to decide the top of the group.
York Vikings don't put up much of a fight as he just dashes back and through there. Mitchfro still on this bastion though. They're kind of forcing it and they keep going to these small quarters where Padshak can just perform.
He's going to be able to get that pulse bomb, find 2, and Urulu finds the 3rd onto the Mercy. Everyone's going to fall, and Portsmouth Pirates again clean. There's no way that York Vikings can put through that top room. Turning on to the triple support setup now for the York Vikings as they try and burst their way through. You can see Jazzy Choi, he's very wary of that Genji coming back in, but he isn't able to do much. The bongo goes down as I have 2 thumbs pushes past. There's a lot of ultimates being chucked down, but the time's about to run out. They're just kept completely in this room yet again, and they are seen off the point. Portsmouth Pirates. That was incredible.
Portsmouth Pirates, though, however, they have 4 ultimates on the side. Transcend as well as, just in case things get a little bit hairy for these guys. And York Vikings, they're sitting on a Valk. But at the moment, they're not getting the tempo they need to drop the Valkyrie.
Well, there goes the Diva. Self-destruct sequence finds 2. And that is absolutely huge again for the Portsmouth Pirates. Charging straight on through. I have 2 thumbs. Stopped a little bit short, but it's not going to matter because the rest of the team is there as well. Coalescence burnt, as was the bomb and the Earth Shatter.
York Vikings, all credit to them, they've played very well so far as a 6-stack. Portsmouth Pirates are just pushing them, like pressuring them to their absolute limits at the moment, though. York Vikings, a lot of times we do see in these 4 map rounds is that sudden evolution often takes like on this second map when the players have a little bit more time, they've warmed up now, they start to think, right, what can we do differently here? And coming into Volskaya, this is one of the maps where you have time and you have points to perform.
Padshak just playing at the back of sight. They can play secure. They've got a lot of ultimates to play with. The Earth Shatter in the back lines actually gets fined by Jazzy Choi. They started to charge on through with Widow going down as well. They've got a lot of free space to operate. Hanzo able to take down Urulu on that Junkrat, and they finally actually find the opening in a last-ditch attempt to push on that first point. They're going to find it, but they've got a really limited time bank now.
John, this is going to be an explosive fight coming up.
Well, let's start the explosions off with a Riptide. He's just going to hold it into the corner. He's waiting for them to push on. They don't know where
Here's the
it is.
Graviton.
It's disorientating them. They found both supports. The Graviton Surge gets dropped down, and the Dragon Strike for the offensive, but it only finds 1. 8 seconds left, and they need to start putting their toes onto the point. Only Mass Blake is there. Padshak to shut it down. They're trying to push onto the point here on Volskaya second, but it's really, really difficult with the Portsmouth Pirates standing tall. Overtime starting to tick away. No one left in the wings, but who's this? Out of the skies falls Saint, and he's going to fall down very, very quickly. The rocket punch there. The Lucio on gets Earth Shattered to the ground outside of the point, and there's a concussion grenade to see him off. The overtime ticks away, and the Portsmouth Pirates take that 3-0 in the series.
It's past 11, mate. We've received a noise complaint. Get down on the floor.
Getting a zone completely, Genji will be to follow. The Shadow Dash straight on through. Straight turns his attention to the Mercy. They're pressured into the back room. Giraffe as well has the damage coming through. The Meteor Strike towards the back, zones them away, and there goes the Roadhog. They're going to fall down, and already he's got a second Dragon Blade. He's going to turn it on and try and find the Reinhardt, but down. Oh, you go. Padshak sends him down straight to the depths of the Forge, and Portsmouth Pirates take the win, 4-0 in the series. So, with that series done, that's going to leave Portsmouth Pirates at the top of their group. Which means that they are confirmed to be going through to that elimination stage. As of course, we do have the next matchup coming up for you today, which is the Cardiff Saints versus the Kingston Harriers. Now, both of these teams in the same group as the Portsmouth Pirates and the York Vikings, so they're going to be looking to position themselves to launch up those tables. The teleporter is up there, and the Bastion rounds the corner. That shield getting melted. The turrets behind them just completely undealt with, and Neo rains it through. That's huge amounts of damage coming out. We'll be able to find a third on the D-Mech, as Leo is going to be there. Leo and Neo, the dream team, it seems.
We war, yes indeed, Bastion. As you knock this one in, they'll need to be calling an ambulance very shortly as the rest of Cardiff Saints fall.
Managed to find 3, and they're going to rain it on through. Leo able to find 2 already. Graviton Surge popped down on top of that. Neo actually doesn't even have to use it. That's a huge kill feed. Leo, Neo, who even cares at this stage? The Kingston Harriers are going to be jump jetting onto the point. Back onto the point, and again Reinhardt takes down the Tracer. It's so difficult to pressure this guy forwards because he knows what you're going to do before you do.
And Critical here, you got to give props to Critical and Mini. These guys,
oh, look at that. That's the point already, 100%.
That's just unfortunate. So now we will be moving into the third map. So we're going to get it straight underway here and see if I can actually throw it to the map this time. Let's see if we can do it. We are going straight over to Volskaya. So here we go, throwing it over.
There we go. Get the transit. No, okay, maybe not. No, we're going to wait. They didn't catch... Oh, no. What do we... I think that was entirely your fault. You jumped the gun on that. The players weren't ready. He's going to go. This is a really good opening for Cardiff. They need to continue. They need to find that Mercy in the skies, but the Riptide finds nothing. Leo not able to do the work that he needed, and they are going to continue to roll it on through. Mercy's Valkyrie running low. Leo goes down as well. Only the in the skies being controlled for that Farah. And they are going to be seen back again. The second tick is popped now for the Cardiff Saints. They're looking to keep the pressure up. Kingston do find it in the back, and there's the Earth Shatter. Reaper not caught up in it. 40 HP left for the Farah. Has to get out of the way of those Hellfire Cannons. They are going to go down 2 on the point, and Mini is finally able to close it down. The Graviton Surge onto the back of the point, but there's no one really there to do the damage. They've all been taken down already. It's only the Mercy with the pistol. Neo finally echoes back into the fight, and now they're starting to roll it through. They only need 30%. They just need to win the fight. The Mercy, last thing standing between Cardiff and going down 3-0 in the series. Hog now onto the point, jumps down, and they will fall it over. Kingston Harriers take the third map. Volskaya Industries goes their way. They secure the win, and the Cardiff Saints are left thinking, well, what the hell just happened? There's the Earth Shatter, but it didn't really find too much. Made sure that they only got down the Mercy, but they weren't able to find the kill. Actually, I take that back because the Pulse Bomb landed. And there we go! Cardiff Saints able to roll it on through with a kill onto the Riptide. Takes down the Junkrat as well, and Twist is in the backlines. They're pressuring forwards. They are holding strong. Neo finds 2, however. He's very high charge.
Just
shut
one
down
shot
with an ankle shot. Kingston Harriers now have plenty to play with. They've got the Earth Shatter. They've already taken down that Tracer with 17 seconds left on the clock. That's devastating for the Cardiff Saints because they have to go for this push. There's the Earth Shatter. It will find it onto the Zarya. The charge goes in. The Graviton Surge still available. The Coalescence is popped, but with 6 seconds left, they have to push on. Where are they going to be? And the Graviton Surge finds them, make sure that they can't step forwards, but who's that on the point? They are going to be able to contest for just so long, but there's the overtime ticking away. Will find the kill onto the Reaper. Soldier very, very low, and finally the point is secured. Overtime ticks away, and the Kingston Harriers hold before the first point. Go for this push. They're not going to be able to hold it as the teammate goes through. Mini Diva taken down, and Tracer should be soon to follow. The Kingston Harriers doing all the work they needed, and that is going to be Neo to close it down. A very good start to the push from the Brigitte, and a very good close to it from Neo. And the Reinhardt means that Kingston Harriers will take this series 4-0. That makes me one very happy chappy.
Well, with only 2 weeks left in the main season, the Overwatch tables look like this. Now, Group 1 has got a huge fight for the top spot. We've seen really great performances from the Guardians and the Centurions, and it's left them both sharing that top spot. So we're really going to have to wait and see who comes out on top there. Unfortunately, the Nighthawks are not really in contention anymore since they've had 3 straight losses and are sat at the bottom. And in Group 2, it's much the same story. This time around, it's the Harriers and the Pirates sharing the top spot. Both got 9 points, again, after a string of excellent performances, so we'll have to wait and see who turns out to be the dominant team there. Again, in Group 3, we've got a shared top spot. Not quite as good this time around, only 2 wins, but they've got 6 points each there, the Enigmas and Smugglers, and unfortunately, the Hunters and Rams are sat at the bottom with 0 each. Group 4, though, it is a very different story. We've finally got a team that have established themselves as the top team in their group, and that is the Steelers with 9 points. They've put in a really fantastic run of performances, and so they definitely deserve the top spot in this group. Now, normally this will be the part of the show where we expose all of our players' deepest, darkest secrets in the players' log. But unfortunately, due to a couple of computing hiccups and the season gearing up, we don't actually have any to show you this week. But we're going to have more player logs for you next week, I promise. And I hugely apologise that we didn't have any this week. I know you guys absolutely love them, and I do too. So definitely looking forward to their return next week. But for this week, we're going to move on to our very final title. It is Call of Duty. Your casters are Stealth and Infinity, and your 2 games are the Nighthawks v the Claymores and the Smugglers v the Vikings.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Arena Clash Summer 2018 season. Of course, it's Tuesday night, and it's Call of Duty. My name is Chris Stealth. Joining me on the desk is, of course, my My Tom to my Jerry.
Yes, love
My
that.
Bonnie to my Clyde.
GDOsis sits inside the hill. Of course, Ryzen going to provide that AR cover as the Norfolk Nighthawks desperately try to run across. And look at this gun skill from the Norfolk Nighthawks. Their gun choice is quite something, really, isn't it? We're seeing domination from the Claymores once more, saying that the Norfolk Nighthawks, they look poised to take a lot of time on Smugglers Hill. The one kill, the second as well. Ryzen is doing bits for his team. And the Claymores gain early control once more of that next hill. Can they hold it though? Zlatan looking to end the streak of Ryzen. He does exactly that, but that first streak, again, the Claymores in complete control of this game. You know, they're getting 2 pieces, 3 piece all over the place. The Norfolk Nighthawks having nothing to say about that. Again, you see Ryzen there 2 piece ultimately. 1 is on his team. But regardless right now, the Claymores, they're not exactly scared to pick up these team kills because they know that regardless, they're going to pick up a player from the Norfolk Nighthawks with them. Nobody from the Norfolk Nighthawks will go over there for the rotation. I feel like they finally realised it now, but again, a little bit too late. You know, the Claymores, not only do they get the scrap time, they have control of the bunker hill. It will be the case. Surely these last few seconds are going to go the way of the Claymores. Not just yet. Again, they're not even looking to get these last few seconds. They don't care. They're going to try and prolong this for as long as possible. They are 1 second away. They know they've got this win in the bag, but that could come back to bite them in the bum. Right now, we're going to see Ryzen push in. And again, the Norfolk Nighthawks looking to get some time off this hill. Could they make the comeback, Chris? Could they punish the Claymores for their overzealous play?
They could very well do. They're just trying to pad the stats as it stands.
They put their foot off the gas a little bit there. You know, they were in full control of that game regardless. I mean, Ryzen didn't even get double digits in deaths there. You know, he finished with 8 deaths. And the rest of his team performing around him, they looked strong. They knew what they were doing on the rotations. They knew what they were doing cleaning out the scrap time. They were not allowing much time, if anything at all, to the Norfolk Nighthawk.
We'll see if it works out better for them on the aggression side of things. Now we can Zlatan with the bomb at hand. 3 players try to push out onto this big bomb site. But that's the position you want. Gezzy's in the exact position to pick up 2 pieces every single time. Yeah, we also see Smugglers on 4th kill, actually. I didn't even notice that one. So I was going to hop on board with Gezzy to see if he's going to pick up the bomb, but he's not going to. Smiler pushes straight the way through. Uncontested once again. Bomb will go down. That's going to push him even closer to those streaks.
Just like this, their first few kills, complete control for the B bomb site, for the Claymores. Their first kill going their way as well. The Norfolk Nighthawks are going to trade it out. But again, their opportunity now is to retake this bomb site. Actually, the kills are going in their favour. It's now all on Gezzy and Ryzen in this 2 versus 3. Ryzen's going to close it out there, and now make it a 2 versus 2. And just like that, it's going to collapse now. Mendoza and Ryzen left up in a 1 versus 1. Mendoza going for the defuse here. This could be perfect for him. Ryzen's not even going to spot it here. Ryzen will check it though. The call out is made. Mendoza's ninja defuse is not going to work.
Let's come back onto that point where he hopped on to the bomb. Now, it was a good play if he'd have made it just a second or 2 later.
Yes,
because at this stage, you can tell that as soon as one of the players dies, they're going to kill cam watch. They're going to hop onto that because immediately, as soon as they die, they can see just a second or 2 after.
Yeah.
So you can call it out immediately. Yeah, he's hopped straight onto bomb. Go for that. So that's one thing to watch out for in the future as well. Oh no! Don't do it to him!
No, Zlatan! No! Brilliant stuff all around. Congratulations to them. They are now going to put themselves in a position where I think they've got 6 match points now. So well on their way to playoffs. And of course, unfortunate, I think, for the Norfolk Nighthawks there. You know, so close to taking the W, but now they're going to rely on a clutch week 5 to get them to playoffs.
We're on to the second. It's the Bristol Smugglers taking on the York Vikings. Now, we had a chat about this one beforehand, and honestly, this one could really go either way, despite the Vikings being on top of the group.
So as we go into storage bunker here, the York Vikings, strong start for them, Chris. And again, you know, the Bristol Smugglers, they're not out of this one just yet. Of course, we are very much on early doors in this game. But the kills going the York Vikings' way. So far, they look in complete control of this game. For the Bristol Smugglers, they need to start thinking about rotating, I think, here. Given this remaining time up to the York Vikings, yes, it's an awful position to be going into the second set of rotations. But maybe you can have a much better second set. Because at the moment, it's not going well for them. They're giving streaks to Para, which we will now see him use. That fighter pilot going to be the first one to be using. It's only going to get 1 kill there, not going to get the second. The shots are peppered in, but it's not going to actually give him any kill there.
I think it's down to the Bristol Smugglers' lack of positioning and awareness at times.
Yeah, definitely. They're not going for that rotation either. Of course, finally, they are starting to look to do that, but of course, they need to take down Power and Pexington, who have been big problems for them in this matchup so far. And there we go. Power and Pex going to combine for 4. Bristol Smugglers, they're spawning out. They're not looking to get into this hill either. They're finally starting to push in here, but is it too little too late? And again, Chris, you know, perfect stuff from them. They knew their rotations. They knew how to clean wipe. You know, it is what separates the best teams in this Arena Clash tournament from those teams that maybe are not so good, and certainly is the thing that is separating these two teams on that Valkyrie hardpoint.
Yeah, again, it's knowing those rotations every single time. I can't iterate this enough to you guys. Know the rotations, know the spawns. That makes things a lot easier as you're going forward. Vikings have just swarmed straight the way through, uncontested. Bomb will go down immediately, and that will cut the time down by around 25 seconds. First blood has been given, though. Joe will be the one to take him down. It will be Dark Avenger that falls, but it is a 3v4 and in a less than favourable position as the bomb has been planted. 30 seconds left on the clock. Look at this position for Bristol Boys. He doesn't check his corner though. Does get taken down from behind. Power is the one with the first pick. Make that a 2 picks. Picks up the third.
Sunshine and rainbows for the York Vikings, but on the other hand, we had the Bristol Smugglers struggling in this one, Chris.
I hate being a Bristol Smugglers fan.
Yeah,
I really do. It is horrible. It's every season, just the same sort of thing. But I'm hoping next season we'll come back better. You know, we'll come back swinging.
Here, could this be the final round, Chris? We're going to see another aggressive B push, but look what happened last time. They got punished for it, and maybe the same thing again.
Oh,
Hex
no.
for 2, Para with a third, and now 1 player remains. Is it going to be surely the Belong Bristol 13, the legacy? Bye-bye, Bristol.
Let's go, Bristol. Rotate, rotate. You know the drill. Regardless, Joe with the M1 carbine trying to pick up anyone as he pushes his way through onto the hill. Does contest for just a second, but Pex is there. He'll shut him down 56-9.
The Bristol Smugglers still do not capitalize on it and go for that rotation.
Yeah, that's the thing. One rotated round towards the next hill, but he was all alone and he had to go up against 3 York Vikings players, which was never going to happen. But you can see them now swarming in through ruins. So far, not so good as the Vikings are held them off beautifully, spawn them out onto the other side of the map, and the positioning from them is absolutely ideal. There's 10 seconds left. Now I think it's going to take them around 4 seconds to get anywhere near to the hill. Regardless of gunfights, it's not going to fall their way. There's no one close to the hill. That's going to be game number 1, going to the York Vikings. I think, hang on, I'm just getting, I think from the sounds of it, you hate to hear it. It's a forfeit.
See this face?
And it's the York Vikings that are forfeiting. Yay! I mean, no, it's not really.
Could you imagine the scenes?
Unfortunately, it will be the Bristol Smugglers who have decided to not continue playing this evening and have actually just stepped away from the second Search and Destroy, which I'm really disappointed about because I gave a lot of flack last season for people who forfeited halfway through the season, and you know,
now it's Bristol
it's my own team doing this, and it really just pains me just to see that, because I mean, really they only had 1 map to finish, and that would have been it. They could have just held their heads high, seen it through, and finished things off. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Bristol do forfeit this evening, and therefore the York Vikings will take all 3 points and cement their position in the playoff on the bracket.
We'll have plenty more COD action next week, but until then, the tables look like this. Group 1 sees the Vikings and the Saints in a pretty epic battle for dominance. They've both got 9 points, so we're going to have to wait and see if one of them turns in a standout performance next week. Unfortunately, the Enigmas are now looking like they won't be making playoffs after 3 straight losses. In Group 2, the Guardians are the breakaway team. They're on top of the table with 9 points, but followed by the Centurions and Claymores, both on 6. So a bit of a struggle for the second spot in this group, with the Rams at the bottom, unfortunately, after 4 losses. In this group, it's a little bit closer at the top. We've got the Kestrels with 6 points, followed by Armada with 4. So if Armada put in a good performance, they could come out on top. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for the Lionhearts. They've got 0 points after 2 losses. Well, I'm sad to say that is pretty much it for today's show. But we do have time for a quick question, and I want to know what you are looking forward to next week.
Well, John was saying earlier, he likes to see his hometown, his school do well. Me, a little bit on the opposite end of the spectrum. We have Portsmouth playing on stream this week. I go to Portsmouth University, was going to be on the team, so I know a lot of the guys there. They're facing off against Alt this week, and I really do not want them to do very well. I think Alt have been doing a pretty good job. Portsmouth, they are undefeated right now, but they have had, at least from the games I've seen, have been against maybe some lower quality teams. So I'm interested to see how they do versus a team that looks to be a little bit more evenly matched.
And John?
I'm really interested to see the Colchester Centurions for the first time on stream, because they were obviously last season's winners. Haven't seen them so far. We've seen their rivals, the Portsmouth team, twice now. So I'm really looking forward to watching them ride again, because I've been speaking to a couple of the players, and they seem to be really quite confident. They say they're the best team in the league yet again. So, I mean, are they going to put their money where their mouth is? We'll have to find out.
We will have to find out. But I'm a little bit surprised that John didn't say what he was looking forward to the most was his new caster name. Don't forget to use #name John. We want to hear your suggestions. As I said earlier in the show, he will be adopting it for the next week. He will be using it to cast all of our games, so it has to be a good one. And speaking of social media, you can find us on all the normal social media channels. We are Belong Arenas, and you can also find us at belong.gg. And of course, you can watch all of next week's matches on Facebook and Twitch. But for now, I'm Ella Silly Woods. I've been joined today by, for now, John Allen and Doctor, and we'll see you back here next week for more Belong Arena Clash.
In Wreck-It Ralph, they put all of the Disney princesses in.
Not Disney owns it.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
But it means that they've used them again,
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
like refreshed.
all the characters.
Oh,
so I
that's
guess
what
they
they did it.
refresh. They hit F5. and chucked all
That's
the
probably why there's
princesses
going to be a new
in. Like
Kingdom
Mulan.
Hearts.
And I was like,
And they're like,
Mulan, by the way, favorite Disney princess, hands down. Saves
oh,
China.
I
What's anyone
love
else done?
Mulan.
Don't at me.
Mulan was the best. Oh,
Yeah.
no, yeah, sorry.
I
This
have
is the
strong
whole show
opinions on
this week.
Mulan.